Hello and welcome to this video on the Walking Talking Mock, looking at compare questions. We've got a question here, question 8, we're looking at now, and this is quite a common style of question you might see come up in the exam paper. So this question is about two different elements, sulfur and magnesium. Now, it gives you some information about sulfur. In some of the printouts, we didn't have the group and the period number printed out. So if you can add the 6 and 3 and the 3 here, that'd be really useful. So it gives you some information about sulfur and it gives you some information about magnesium. Use the information in the table to compare sulfur and magnesium. So it's a compare question, but there's actually another command word here as well that we have to use, or we have to follow, and that's use. Now we've not come across that one yet. Whenever you see this this command word, basically it's telling you you must use, in this case use the information, you must use whatever has been provided. Okay, now sometimes they say use your own knowledge. Well, okay, so that's basically don't use what's here, use what you already know. But the most common one you'll see is use the information, or use the table, or use the graph. Now in those examples, when it says that, you have to use this information. You cannot use anything else. So you might know, for instance, that magnesium is stronger than sulfur. But if you wrote that, even though that is true, magnesium solid is stronger, is more ductile, is malleable, all these things that sulfur is not, even though that is true, you would get no marks if you wrote that down for that response, because it's not in the table. Something else they often do here is they give you information in the table that is not directly comparable between one thing and the other. Okay, so they can tell us here group, they tell us that sulfur is in group 6, magnesium in group 2. Well, I can easily make a comparison. Are they the same group or different groups? Very easily. However, sometimes they'll give you information like smells like eggs. Well, they haven't told you anything about magnesium's smell. So you don't know. Does magnesium smell like eggs as well, or does it not? The fact is you don't know. So here you're not going to be able to make a comparison with this particular statement. So let's cover the question. So circle a question, circle of command words is 2. Use the information, it's important, in the table. Okay, so the table here, to compare sulfur and magnesium, and it's worth 6 marks. So let's see how this might look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my 6 bullet points before I start doing anything else. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way down through this list of work my way down through the table really, and see how I can compare each line with each other. So smells like eggs. Well, for sulfur, well, there's nothing. It doesn't tell me about any smells in magnesium. So I'm going to pick on these. Oops. So sulfur is in group 6, magnesium in group 2. There's the first comparison. Sulfur in period 3, magnesium in period 3 as well. Okay, so I could have said they're both in the same period. Next, what else do I know? I know that this is where the question starts to get a little sneaky now, because those 2 lines were very easy because it told me group 6, group 2, period 3, period 3. I've now got to start looking between bits of information. So this one's matte yellow solid at room temperature. Okay, so what do I know? Well, it's a solid at room temperature, and so is this. Okay, so let's just, so both are solid at room temperature. Okay, the matte yellow bit there is irrelevant. But actually it's not relevant. It is relevant to so sulfur is matte yellow solid, whereas magnesium is a shiny grey solid. Okay, so I can make a comparison of colour. So sulfur is a matte yellow. Remember, matte means not shiny. Matte yellow solid. Magnesium is shiny grey solid. What else? Well, I know that magnesium is a good electrical conductor and sulfur is an insulator. So sulfur is an insulator, that means it's a poor conductor. Magnesium is a conductor, in fact I might write good conductor there. What else? Well, there's sulfur is a non-metal and magnesium tells me it's a shiny grey metal. So that's my final comparison. Sulfur is a non-metal, magnesium is a metal. Okay, some of those comparisons are straightforwards. The first two are very straightforward to get from the table. The other ones you had to look a little bit more carefully and sort of separate different lines out to get a direct comparison. But those comparisons are all in there. That would be a very easy 6 marks were that question to come up. Okay, hope that was useful. Take care, speak soon.